It will be a busy week on Capitol Hill as Senate confirmation hearings begin for more than a dozen of President-elect Donald Trump's cabinet picks. The first hearing is Tuesday morning for Pete Hegseth, his controversial choice to lead the Department of Defense. The 44-year-old former Fox News host has been under intense scrutiny following reports of alleged sexual assault, excessive drinking, and financial mismanagement. He has denied the allegations. Doug Collins, who Trump has tapped to lead Veterans Affairs, will also be on the Hill Tuesday. Interior Secretary pick Doug Burgum's hearing has been pushed to Thursday over missed paperwork. And later this week, senators will hear from Trump's picks for Homeland Security Secretary Kristi Noem, Secretary of State pick Marco Rubio, and Attorney General pick Pam Bondi. Joining us now is CBS News Chief Election and Campaign Correspondent Robert Costa. Bob, good to see you. Pete Hegseth, we know, faces one of the toughest, if not the toughest, confirmation hearing. And at one point, you remember this very well, Trump was considering replacing him entirely. Then we saw sort of this fierce wave of momentum within the MAGA movement to salvage and bolster his nomination. What are you hearing about where Hegseth stands right now?
Good to be with you. Hegseth still has the support of President-elect Trump. This nomination is going to move forward. The question is, are the votes there? Inside Mar-a-Lago, there's a belief that Hegseth will be able to get confirmed, but some of the holdouts who haven't issued a firm affirmation of the Hegseth nomination are waiting to see how he handles the hearings. And inside Trump's inner circle, there's a belief that this is an understandable position for some of these Republican senators to take because of the questions being raised about Hegseth's character and conduct over the years. And so they're going to let the process play out. At this point, my sense is, talking to GOP senators privately and their confidants, that Hegseth has quite a good chance of being confirmed as these hearings begin. But there's always the variable of the hearings going awry.
What other confirmation hearings will you be keeping an eye on?
Well, Doug Burgum's going to be interesting at the Department of Interior. He's going to have a big portfolio helping to oversee energy policy as well. That hasn't gotten a lot of attention, but I'm paying close attention to Burgum. He almost landed on the Republican ticket over the summer. How's he going to spell out the nature of his job once he enters the cabinet? We'll also be paying close attention to, as Scott MacFarlane mentioned on America Decides earlier today, Tulsi Gabbard and whether she's scheduled soon or not. There is still some concern about, among Republican senators, about her past statements on foreign policy and national security, but she is in no way withdrawing or signaling that she's withdrawing. Like Hegseth, she's plowing forward.
In an interview published last week, former White House advisor and close Trump ally Steve Bannon called Elon Musk a, quote, truly evil person, and says he will get him, quote, kicked out by the time Trump is inaugurated next week. Kicked out of what? The inner circle? Where is this coming from? And any response yet from Mar-a-Lago?
Well, it's coming from Steve Bannon, the longtime Trump ally, former White House chief strategist. What this whole episode reveals is that there is a real tension between the Bannon wing of the Trump orbit and the Elon Musk wing. Yes, they all seem to be the same in the sense of their fervor and enthusiasm for Trump, but Bannon's a real hardliner on immigration. He does not like the H-1B visa program. And Musk is someone who's an entrepreneur and a billionaire working in Silicon Valley and Texas and elsewhere, has a different perspective on immigration. That's a real divide, even among those who are very close to Trump.
Is there anyone who has the ear of Trump more between those two? And entering this other administration, is incoming Chief of Staff Susie Wiles going to tolerate this kind of infighting?
Well, as Wiles told the New York Times in recent days, she's not going to tolerate infighting at all. She's a different kind of chief of staff, someone who has a firm hand over her colleagues, something we didn't necessarily see in 2017 or 2018 in the previous Trump White House. Between Bannon and Musk, you have in Musk someone who put a lot of money behind the Trump campaign and has access to Trump nearly every day. Bannon, someone who has had his ups and downs with Trump over the years, but Bannon is still seen by the Trump world as an ally and an important voice in the conservative movement. And so he has some access to Trump, but it's a different kind of relationship.
Robert Costa in Washington, thank you.
Thank you.
We will have full coverage of Pete Hegseth's Senate confirmation hearing right here on CBS News 24/7, beginning Tuesday morning at 9:30 Eastern.